Hello folks, this is Evil for Zergen, and this is my first narrated From the Depths video. I've set up this little scenario here. Someone was asking on the forums whether someone would demonstrate one or two of the Battleship Brawl Season 1 entries against the Onyx Watch Bulwark here. So I've set up this little scenario. We've got the Bulwark in the center. 1 kilometer ahead, I've placed the BB15. Don't worry, it'll look a lot better once the textures pop in. And 1 kilometer behind, I've set the Zvesda fleet on the same team as the BB15. Now, before we get this started, I'm going to talk a bit about the Bulwark. The Bulwark is one of the most feared Onyx Watch ships in the community. It's not hard to see why. It's big, it's got a lot of guns, and it's got a lot of strong shields. You can see these little shield tines poking out right now, even if you can't see the shields themselves quite just yet. How big is the Bulwark? Well, if we open up the V menu, you can see that it costs over 350,000 materials. For comparison, that's more than a single Battleship Brawl Season 1 entry plus a Season 2 entry combined. So in this scenario, the Bulwark is at a materials advantage. Furthermore, the Bulwark is using parts that are not allowed in the Battleship Brawl tournaments. The two major ones are, of course, these shields, and it also has a couple of light advanced cannon anti-aircraft guns. However, in practice, these aren't really huge advantages for the Bulwark. Recent changes have made shields less good against slow projectiles, such as cram cannons. So you're probably going to see only a minority of shells deflected by the shields, and then only if they aren't inertial fused. As for the advanced cannons, recently the damage formulas were changed, so these small caliber advanced cannons really don't deal nearly as much damage as they used to. To make matters worse, small shells now suffer drag after a short distance, so it's going to be difficult for them to get much accuracy and damage off against, well, anything really, but in this case, the ships will be probably keeping a healthy distance from each other. Now that said, the Bulwark is still big and has a lot of guns. However, the guns are quite easy to disable. They've got these big turrets that look intimidating, but it's very hard to armor effectively against a cram shell. One good cram hit can pretty much disable any of these large turrets. So what I'm trying to say is, the Bulwark is big, but that's pretty much the main thing it's got going for it here. Anyways, Menti has already described the other two ships, or, well, set of ships in the Zvesda's case, so I won't bore you any further, and let's get the battle started. Bulwark's advanced cannons opening up, peppering the BB15, but with little effect. Bow was blown off by the initial volley. But nothing critical seems to have been damaged so far. Already we've got 2 turret pops on the Bulwark. Meanwhile the Zvesdas are moving in. Bulwark seems to be ignoring them for the most part. Now the 2 capital ships are in brawl. BB15 seems to still have all of its guns in operation. Not as much can be said for the Bulwark, despite having about half again as much materials